What's up, guys? Day 4, Quattro. Can you tell it was another learning day? I can. My brain is very slow right now. I'm on turtle mode. Yeah, definitely the most tired I've been since I've started. Started with an interesting day. I did a cold plunge. And usually when I do a cold plunge, I walk back home and work out on my balcony. Not work out as an exercise, but I work outside on my balcony for the morning. And I think I underestimated how much the sun warms me up after that cold plunge. So I cold plunged at the gym and decided to just work at the gym. I've been bringing my laptop, working at the gym. It's a nice new environment. So now I've got 3 environments where I can work: gym, home. Really 2 places in home. I can work inside, work out on the balcony, and then the library. So keeping environments fresh. When I start getting fatigued, it's just a sign it's time to switch environments, get some more novelty, new place, reset the energy levels. But anyway, besides the point, started with a cold plunge. Then I worked at the gym for a few hours and I was cold. It was a no coffee day. So I'm cycling caffeine. It was no caffeine day, no coffee. And I think I underestimated how much coffee can warm me up as well, and it has after cold plunges. So I was cold for the whole time I was there, and until I went to the sauna. So I started the day with a cold plunge, worked for a few hours, and then I planned to do the sauna. Got in there for 30 minutes, and it was not hard at all. Like, I think the first half of it was just warming up. My body was still like frozen. But yeah, definitely tired today. I think I fell asleep in the sauna maybe twice, and I had to like shake myself awake because like that could be dangerous. I'm sure my body would wake me up, but nevertheless, you don't want to fall asleep in a sauna. Yeah, I fell asleep while meditating. Like, it was like droning off. Head fell back, slammed into the railing. But yeah, no, learned a lot though. Anyway, started the day learning a lot about tracking, Facebook pixels, things of that nature, which I'm still iffy on. Kept moving though because it wasn't that important for me at this stage. Then got into copywriting and funnels, and I will never look at business the same way again after today. The way I'm seeing business is fresh and new. Funnels are crazy, and I never knew what funnels were. But the way I'm seeing funnels now are, I mean, you can think of it as a funnel. It's called a funnel for a reason. You start with a broad outreach, cast a wide net, and you have these different levels. In each level, you lose a lot of people. But each level you get down in the funnel, the people are more committed. And though funnels are intended to lose people along the way, that's actually counterintuitively, as it may sound, to increase conversions. So I see funnels and sales very similarly now. So I see sales as a series of compliances from the prospect or the consumer. So you start with a very small compliance, and then you work your way up from there as you build trust, as you build this effect of momentum of yeses and compliance. So same with funnels. Say we have an advertisement on Facebook which has a link at the end of the advertisement, and it says learn more on our website. That's the first level of the funnel right there. It's the first call to action. And it's very simple. You just got to click things. Just click the link. Pretty easy. You'll get a lot of people to click that link in, as far as the funnel goes. As far as the funnel is speaking, 1 or 2% click-through rate, which I learned today. The amount of people that click through your link from your advertisement, that could be a lot of people. Anyway, first call to action, simple, click through the link. Next one is say, you've watched this video. That's the second call to action. Third call to action could be after this video, enter your email. That's the third call to action. The fourth call to action could be something through the email. And then the fifth call to action could be buy a course through something that you got through the email. Anyway, I just see a funnel as a series of call to actions, and each call to action you lose a lot of people, but the people you keep are going to be the committed people, and they're more likely to comply with the next call to action. It's the same with sales. You don't want to just offer something huge right away. You can't be too direct, too bold. You got to be baby step them, one step at a time, each little touch point. Anyway, I don't know if you understood any of that. I'm still learning. I learned all this stuff in the last day or two, but it's really changed the way I view business and marketing, and I'm doing my best to express it. But also learned about click-through rate, as I mentioned, the percentage of people that see your ad and click the link. Also learned about CPM, which is something like cost per milli or something. Anyway, cost per 1,000 impressions. So how much does it cost you, specifically, let's say for Facebook, how much is Facebook charging you to show your ad to 1,000 people? And the crazy thing about Facebook is the higher your click-through ratio, the cheaper your CPM. So not only are bad ads getting a lower click-through ratio, they're also much more expensive to run. And the inverse is also true, where good ads, not only do they get more people to click through, they're also cheaper to run, which means you can run a lot more. So the difference between a good ad and a bad ad can be tenfold or more ROI difference, which is insane. So that's just touching on how important the ad itself is. Also formulated my framework or strategy around marketing more today. So currently I believe starting with the audience is the best approach. So you want to pick a niche, and honestly, the smaller could be the better. The more niche, the better. The more specific, not necessarily the size matters. So you start with an audience, because from the audience, you can draw your marketing message, which you don't directly state, but it's really like, why does this audience want your product or service? Why would they like it? Why would it appeal to them? That's your message. And that will change depending on the audience. So start with the audience, then you go to marketing message. And from the marketing message, you can draw your offer. An offer is critical because you shape your advertising and marketing around your offer, not the other way around. You don't shape your offer around your advertising or marketing. So it's critical you got the offer before you create the ads. So there you go. That's why the audience and marketing message should be the first approach. At least that's how I see it for now. So yeah, it goes to offer, then you formulate your ads, and within your ads, for a Facebook ad, you've got the headline, which is super important for drawing attention, as well as for drawing attention is also the creative. Sorry, it's a little noisy. But really the anatomy of an ad, which is what the customer or consumer is seeing, is you got the creative, which is either an image, a series of images, a video, series of videos. You got the creative, visual, with the headline. And I learned a bit about psychology and strategies behind headlines. And yeah, for headlines, you want to get the consumer interested in what you've got to say. And you can do that through creating curiosity, or almost like they're missing out. Like, oh, I have to read this or else I'm going to be left behind, or I'm not going to get this critical information that I need. So it's kind of like that. So like the number one marketing technique, in parentheses, it's not what you think, or something like that. Classic like advertisements you see all the time. They draw that curiosity. Other strategies are more negativity tends to draw more attention and curiosity and engagement than positivity, because just how our biology works. We see that in the news, sensationalization, negativity, that's what sells. So what will we have? Curiosity, negativity. Then you got kind of controversial things as well. Yeah, controversy, that sells pretty well. And then strangely, there's this thing where humans we're naturally more curious or like intrigued about odd numbers. So using odd numbers instead of even numbers. So that's headline, creative. Then you got the actual text, the body. And then you got your call to action. And I guess I was learning a pretty simple structure of the copy itself for the body. You want to start with a hook 'em, and then see, I'm not going to be able to pull this out exactly, but you get a hook, and then I think you tell them the benefit, and then I think you differentiate from your competition, say why you're different, and then you almost add a sense of urgency, timeliness, and you put the call to action. That's not exactly what it was, but there's something in learning that's a pretty interesting principle. I'll probably have to make a video on it someday, where even if you retrieve something incorrectly, even if you learn something incorrectly, it's actually better than not trying at all, because you're creating neural connections, strengthening neural connections. You're kind of putting the raw materials out there, and once you got the raw materials, you can shape it later. You can reshape it and hone it down and enhance it and redirect it later. But if you don't have that original raw material, you got nothing to work with. So it's better just to keep going out and trying things and hypothesizing and conjecturing and just trying to learn things to your best of your ability, and not try to be a perfectionist and be like, oh, if I learn it wrong, that's going to be bad. Then I'll learn it wrong. I won't, that's worse than not knowing. No, just do your best and do more. So pull things out even if you can't get them fully correct. But yeah, learned about that. Learned about what copy is. Didn't really know what copy was. Copy is really any text in advertising. Any text used in advertising. Sorry. It's mixing up my words, jumbling my words. My brain is not fully here, but that's copy. Copywriting is the act of writing copy. You wouldn't believe. I guess a little bit about persuasion and rhetorics. So I learned these back in English class. I remember sophomore year, and that was just a time I just wasn't giving a shit about school, not paying attention. But now, like, I'm like, how did I not find that interesting at the time? But yeah, persuasion, like rhetorics. So logos, that's Greek, meaning logic, appealing to logic. Then you got pathos, appealing to emotions. Ethos, credibility. And then kairos, I believe, timeliness. Yeah, so like either a sense of urgency or like convincing or saying that it's like the perfect time to do this. This is why right now is the best time for XYZ. Yeah. I think that's pretty much the majority of what I picked up today. Started honing down more on the particulars, the technicalities of Facebook advertising and the anatomy and the settings and more technical things, but from the high level view or theoretical view, that was basically what I learned today. So we keep moving, keep grinding. I don't know what tomorrow entails, but if it's another learning day, so be it. I get drained mentally from these days, but it's so rewarding to like be able to talk about what I learned today for 15 minutes. Like I just added so much knowledge into my brain, and it feels great to do that. It feels great to look back and be like, literally this morning I had no fucking clue about a ton of shit that now I feel pretty competent in. Like that's growth, and growth is what brings me fulfillment. So yeah, I'm a happy, tired man. Yeah, that's all I got. Much longer today. Wasn't expecting for it to be this long, but I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for day 5.